I am Dr. Zabiullah, working as Assistant Professor of Management Studies in Government First Grade College, Gauribidnur. Welcome to the first session on paying banker and collecting banker. The objective of this session is to make you understand the concept of paying banker and the precautions to be taken by a paying banker while making payment of checks of his customers. Before we discuss about the paying banker and its duties, let us look at the check clearing process. Suppose Ritu is a customer of ICICI Bank of Gandhinagar branch. She has a savings bank account and avails various banking facilities from ICICI Bank. Consider another person by name Jai, who is a customer of State Bank of India Indiranagar branch. He also holds savings bank account and avails various banking facilities from SBI. Ritu purchased goods from Jai and issued a check in his favor. In this case, Ritu is a drawer, ICICI Bank is the drawee, and Jai is the payee. Jai submits this check to his bank, SBI at Indiranagar branch. SBI receives the check, but it cannot make the payment to Jai because the check is not drawn upon SBI Indiranagar branch. SBI will act as an agent for collection of this check. Send an electronic image of the check to Ritu's bank through a clearing house along with the relevant information like data on MICR band, date of presentation of the check, and the presenting bank details, etc. Ritu's bank will verify the check and credits the amount into Jai's bank. Thereafter, the money is credited to Jai's account. In this example, ICICI Bank is the paying banker and SBI is acting as an agent for collection of check of his customer Jai. Therefore, SBI is the collecting banker. Having learned the check collection process, you will be in a position to say who is a paying banker. The banker on whom the check is drawn is called as a paying banker. A paying banker is also known as a drawee banker. So the banker who is required to pay the check drawn on him by his customer is called the paying banker. In our example, ICICI Bank is the paying banker who is under the obligation to make the payment of check which is drawn on him by his customer Ritu. Therefore, ICICI Bank becomes a paying banker in our example. One of the important obligations of a banker is to honor the checks of his customer. He should not dishonor the checks of his customer until and unless there is an adequate reason for dishonoring the checks. Therefore, the paying banker must be careful with regard to honoring and dishonoring a check. It is the duty of the paying banker to verify whether the check for payment is an open check or it's a cross check. If a check is an open check, it can be paid across the counter. The banker should be careful about the cross checks. It should not pay cross checks across the counter. If it's paid at the counter, The banker will be responsible to the true owner for any losses that has been sustained. If the check is crossed, he should see whether it is generally crossed or specially crossed. If it is generally crossed, he can make payment only to another banker. But if it is specially crossed, it must be paid only to the banker whose name is mentioned in the crossing. Another precaution to be taken by a paying banker is to see the office on which it is drawn. When a check is presented for payment, it is the duty of the paying banker to see whether the account is kept in the same branch or any other branch of the same bank. If a customer presents a check in a branch where he does not hold an account, the banker cannot make payment as he is not aware whether the check is genuine or it's a forged check. Hence, the payment will be made only at the bank where the customer has kept his account. The check presented for payment should be in proper form. The physical condition of the check plays an important role. The paying banker has to see whether the check satisfies all the requirements of a valid check. If the check is mutilated, that is, if it is torn, the banker cannot make payment. It has to seek the confirmation of the drawer before honoring such checks. Therefore, materially altered checks should be refused for payment and returned to the holder of the check to seek the confirmation of the drawer. The check. A check must bear a date, and the date should be written completely with regard to the day, month, and the year. If a check bears an incomplete date, or if it contains a date which is impossible, such as April 31st, February 30th, these are impossible dates, the banker should not honor such checks. Further, if the check is stale, means if 3 months are over from the date the check bears, or if it is a post-dated checks, these kinds of checks should also be dishonored by the banker for the checks. Amount of the check. The amount written on the check should be in words as well as in figures, and the amount expressed in these two should tally with each other. In case if they are not tallying, or if there is any doubt in this regard, the amount written in words will carry more weightage. Nature of the drawer. Another important duty of a paying banker is to see whether the check is signed by the drawer or not. For this, he should verify the drawer's signature on the check with his specimen signature taken at the time of opening the account. If the banker finds that the signature is forged, he should not honor such checks. The banker should immediately bring this notice to the drawer in order to take necessary action. Before making the payment of check, the banker has to notice whether sufficient funds are available in the customer's account or not. If there is sufficient funds available in the customer's account, the banker is bound to pay for the customer's check when they are presented for payment. And the banker should make the payment in the chronological order of the receipt of the check. It should not give into consideration the number of the check and date of the check. So the number of the check and the date of the check is not important. It is the order of the receipt of the check which is important and is considered for making the payments of check, provided sufficient funds are available in the customer's account. If the banker is not paying for the check which is presented, even if there are sufficient funds available, in such cases, the banker will be held responsible for the losses sustained. On the contrary, if the customer does not have sufficient funds in his account, the banker should stop the payment as the account cannot be fully debited. In such cases, the banker should refuse the payment and dishonor the checks. Another precaution to be taken by the banker is with regard to the time of presentation. The banking hours are from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So these are banking hours, and the working days are from Monday to Saturday. The banker is liable to pay for the checks which are presented during the working days and during the business hours. If any check is presented beyond business hours, that is after 4 p.m., or if it is not on a working day, the banker is not bound to make the payments. The banker has the power to refuse the payment as they are presented beyond the business hours and not on working days. Materially altered checks and the checks which are overreturned are also not to be honored by the banker. So if there is any material alteration, any significant changes that has been done in the check, the banker should dishonor such checks and it should seek the confirmation of the drawer along with the signature of the drawer so that it becomes a valid check. Until and unless the drawer confirms that it is not materially altered or it is altered with the information of the drawer and the drawer has put his signature on the check, then only the banker will be able to make the payment for such checks. Another precaution to be taken by a paying banker is to see whether there are proper endorsement on the instrument or not. So the banker should see whether there is any endorsement on the check or not. If there is a regular endorsement, the banker should honor such checks. But if there are any irregular endorsement, then the banker cannot honor such checks. And the last precaution to be taken by the paying banker is with regard to the legal restrictions. So whenever the check is presented for payments, it might have lost its legal identity by that time and will have become invalid. The reasons could be the countermanding by the drawer. The drawer himself may ask the banker to stop the payment, or in case if the banker receives any notice of the death of the drawer, or if the drawer has become lunatic and the banker has received any notice in relation thereto, or if any order has been attached to the account of the drawer from the court, which is called as the garnishee order. In such cases, the check will not be honored. The bank is under the obligation to stop making payment of such checks. So these were some of the precautions that the banker has to take before making the payment of the checks. And that's all for today. We shall continue in the next class, the next topic.